Afenyomakin is dying to save his relationship, and he's using the MPP because now let's go into the opinion. Now look at this. You see the opinion? This is the opinion, and it's a document that is public document. Messi Afenyomakin money MPP for no. Omunim say MPP for 99% omo Jimmy omagini form. They know, say, they cannot reason. They cannot think. They know the party. They have read the party. They have analyzed them. Omunim say, the party itself, the people following the party are not critical thinkers. They know they are daft in analyzing real critical issues. And what they do is, they always feed them like chicken. And Obi to say Abronye, to be a regional chairman. And international chairman won't be is confident. Say in Kokode Dosu, Obi to be the national chairman. That is the danger we are in. And if you want to hand power to a political party that sees its followers as chicken, as dead brain, as people who cannot think beyond their level of thinking, then it means we are going to make the greatest mistake in our history. Now, Yen Reedy, Attorney General Ghpage opinion on Tokonu proposing 5 judges in less than 6 months ago to Akufo-Addo to move them to the Supreme Court. And today, 7 judges are wrong. Mahama is a bad man. Mahama wants to destroy this nation. Now let's read this document. I'm going to make it easy for every single Ghanaian. Let me enlarge it on the screen so that you can read it. Not dying being a baby could say Kevin Taylor. Media, I would never speak on this platform without having the facts. Nobody should listen to the MPP or Jimmy, majority of them. Afenyomakin is just doing politics with them, or they almost save the relationship. He sees the MPP of their 36. That's the stamp of the presidency, showing say it was received on the 2nd of May. Now, Saosha Nana Bedietwa Santi, Secretary to the President, brief on the need for minimum number of 20 judges on the Ghana Supreme Court, where your Attorney General's opinion to the President Akufo-Addo. Or C, brief on the need for minimum number of 20 judges on the Ghana Supreme Court. Into Ghpage as the Attorney General and Akufo-Addo, he suggested, say, even the 5 now, Madam Tokonu Debano, still, we will not get to the 20. We need more. Now you get it. It will read the caption now. Now, when you go to the 2nd paragraph, I don't want to bore you. It's a long document, but there are some parts you highlight a person who would go for damage. These MPP people, they know all about this. So they are pretending to say, hey, Jimmy, they're going on demonstration. These are dangerous people. In fact, let me try and read the 1st paragraph and read the part now, yet the line, 2nd line, read na fahono. Respectfully, by a correspondence reference as blah 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 blah, dated 18th March 2024, headed as above, the Secretary to the President seeks the input and perspective of the Attorney General and the Minister for Justice on a brief submitted by the Chief Justice of Ghana, Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Saki Tokonu, to His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, dated the 21st of February 2024. Inti eye Ghpage time a woman can't letter no Jubilee House say Madam Tokonu propose 5 judges. Now on for make 12 no no. Eye President eye Nanado through his secretary. Actual letter come Ghpage say, "Wo na ye aban lawyer pagini. Wo dwene ho saying." And aban lawyer pagini responded to the decision Tokonu is taking. The caption is say, "Ono krompo de ye hear more than 20." Now, our reasons, over breaking it down, actually, at the Kudientia to ono Attorney General, no 5 na Tokonu diame Akufo-Addo kra esa. Ti uridia now ba the 2nd part na you read na fa hona. This is what it says. Uridia, this is what it says. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. The brief, a copy of which was attached to the correspondence and the reference, proposed an increase in the number of justices of the Supreme Court from the conventional not fewer 15 justices to 20 justices. So Godfrey Dame brief now or Sunday responding to Madam Tokonu's proposal that was sent to the president. Godfrey Dame was rather telling the president, say, Tokonu the Nipa 5 penaba. And Nipa 5 required, they say, so you're moving beyond 20. That was the plan of the NPP Attorney General. Now, you go into the wagon. Now, you share exactly what they said. You go in him. You write a document in him. You remember that fair. Anytime you say from Monday, what be the NPP chair demonstration? Sebio. Why do you fear? Why do you need fear? Wait, Jimmy. They are using you. Now, here, when you read the document, you get to this part where Godfrey Dame, the response, the opinion on get to Tokonu also suggests a Nipa 5 young from Supreme Court. Cheba for a lady now or judicial secretary, no, and other 3 people. Also just say on the judicial secretary, no, you never the secretary go Supreme Court. Never Cheba for Kaho, never Nipa me and Sankaho. That is what Tokonu suggested to Kufuor. And I Godfrey Dame can say yes. We credit sir. You move number no Supreme Court Enco 20 because we need to ensure there's enough judges in the Supreme Court to sit on cases. Joshua, justification provided by the Chief Justice for an expansion of the membership of the Supreme Court. And the page 2, Uridia, Chief Justice Emma justifications. In fact, so Uridi a proposal no. Let us Chief Justice go make forward now. On the data count, the number of judges in the Supreme Court, the number of judges around the country, the reason why our case is sent to me in contempt. Those were some of the reasons, sir. Madam Tokonu Jina Swa, Godfrey Dame supporting here. And the reasons of Jina say, we don't have enough judges. We don't have enough judges to take care of a lot of cases. Cases in Buyaso, there are less judges to take care of cases. Judges in Buha are performing other duties at lower court. They have to go to the appeals court to go do some job. So we need more judges in the Supreme Court. These were part of some of the idea. Reasons in Tia. Now, Madam Tokonu Eka say 5 more judges. Enka Ekufuado 13 judges. Now, Maminko inside, that means you be ready. Now, uko page 3 of the document. And now, the document, Madam Tokonu. Madam Tokonu, any Godfrey Dame, a supporter in Tokonu, any Godfrey Dame. This is Godfrey Dame's statement. I say, your man is supporting Tokonu, Ninani. Now, Oba Siawa, let me enlarge it. Now, me no one kind. Send a bear fair. Na Ghana for you, no credit, didn't know. So, study a year, Godfrey Dame, the support to Tokonu, a year the proposal now. Udu a year, the first, second, third, fourth paragraph now, you read a phone now. Tiasemi Okano, Godfrey Dame, Muntiasemia, the former Attorney General, Ekano. In view of the realities of the workload and output of work at the Supreme Court and the need for the court to appropriately serve the justices' needs of the country and ensure the speedy resolution of cases, the Chief Justice requested the President to consider the appointment of additional justices to the Supreme Court to bring the number of justices of the Supreme Court to 20. Now, go to the next paragraph. I say, this will enable the constitution of 3 undisturbed panels of 5 justices and 2 panels of 7 or 9 justices to work on any set of cases to reduce the specter of constantly reconstituted panels and its effect on pre-hearing conferences and post-hearing conferences. The Godfrey Dame say, in summer, Madam Tokonu Jina so ka say, Yanfa 5 judges and count and the Kufuor be say. Judges in this judges are also ya teacher ne bi transam so ne ebi so etumi on standby ebi etumi it's not a cases are pending. Or see, there is a reason why on pro there and also just say, Madam Toko no asmo kano. Trodo say, young fan judges no go 20 then they say, or GD says judges or more court no omon doson. It's a coup for 5 more judges and fan back Supreme Court judges no now omon bayan is 17. Remember, judges are Madam Toko suggested say a coup for the form umbra go for damage the Attorney General then as a support now on one the secretary count. Now Justice Cheba for cocaine case or transfer no count. 3 other judges who were all judge or to force in case to so no also count. These are judges Tokonu saw them said they have delivered. So you see, send the MP before a press conference catcher say John Mahama nominated 7 judges. Abraham Omoka say we needed more judges in the Supreme Court. Now in the more demonstration, you need to understand that there's something wrong with them. And don't blame the leadership. Blame the MPP followers because don't agree form. They are ignorant. Jimmy, they use them. Now young documentary they are not even supposed to have a press conference. The moral right, they are not even supposed to. Just say, it is a press conference. This is an MPP. They said we needed more judges. In fact, they said we needed over 20, a minimum of 20, meaning they can go as far as 30 as a maximum. That was what they were planning on doing. Now, Shadia, we're page 3. When you go to the next page, which is page 4 and 5, that is the opinion of the supporting Madam Tokonu's decision. Mamian Laji, near you into making kind, now or trim baby in Casa Kevin till the transfer to be so. So already 4 and 5 now. This is what Godfrey Dame said in support of Tokonu bringing 5 judges to the Supreme Court. And they have a problem with the president nominating 7 to support what they supported. Today, the MPP have an issue with the president bringing 7 to the Supreme Court to support what Godfrey Dame, Ekufuado, and the MPP supported. The president is basically fulfilling the NPP, what the MPP wants. The president is fulfilling their omopeno. Today they are saying the president is a bad man. Today they are saying the president wants a 3rd term. We had the president who sat for just 8 years or appointed 13 Supreme Court judges. Before he was leaving office, he wanted to add 5. His target was to make it over 20. That person did not say he wanted a 3rd term. Anytime I say we MP for me in Chabwa. Now let's read the page 4 and 5. Page 4 and 5 from this is what the Attorney General said. Mr. P. Okay, you want me to go with this, that Mr. All right, I can go with this. All right. This was in 2024. All right, thank you. I'll take care of it. Thank you, Mr. S. Now, you're reading this part of the opinion, the supporting opinion from Godfrey Dame, the Attorney General, and the MPP from Somoko demonstration. Now, read here. This is what it says. Come. I'm waiting for a document. I'm waiting for one document to come through. Then I can read this. One second, guys. My team, they are moving some things to me. I'm trying to get them. All right, Mr. I have it now. All right, thank you. Now, so read here. This is what the document says. We're from Godfrey Dame, MPP Attorney General. Even though Clause 1 of Article 128 of the Constitution stipulates a minimum of 10 justices, including the Chief Justice, for the Supreme Court, the number of justices for the court is not capped. Put here the Attorney General's opinion. Or see, even though Constitution say and Kenya bear 10 judges, including the Chief Justice, at least a reasonable. Godfrey Dami defending Madam Tokonu's position and defending Akufo-Addo's actions, moving over 13 judges within 8 years. Godfrey Dami said, even though the Constitution, at clause 1 of Article 128, Eka said, it will be good for us to keep 10 judges in the Supreme Court when adding the Chief Justice. And yet, Godfrey Dami said, the number of justices for the court is not capped. Or see, even the Constitution can use 10, never Chief Justice can 11. Or see, even the Constitution nakasano. Engineer Pimpi said, and then I so. Or say cap you ho and say yeah. And it say this side and so yeah pa you better move numbers nakosoro. That was the supporting opinion from the MPP Attorney General, trying to protect the Chief Justice, trying to pave way for them to add more judges. He knows that at least we are supposed to have about 10 per, including the Chief Justice, making it 11. No? Or say no, even though we know, say, morally, the Constitution, the framers knew, say, in the future, even though there's no cap, no? Or say, even though you Nanso and say, we are not under any rule. Emrebia and Chechire say, you use 10 per in the Supreme Court. This is Godfrey Dami. Into also Udi MPP now with Jimmy. Now go to the next paragraph. Yanko for more. Now it says this: the framers of the Constitution consciously envisioned the need not to impose an upper limit on the number of justices of the higher court of the land, providing the opportunity for an increase as many as may be necessitated by the demand for justice. Thus, in the absence of a constitutionally determined upper threshold of the number of justices of the Supreme Court, the determination of the number of justices serving on the court at any point in time would be a function of the administration of justice and the need of the court. Given the massive influx of cases at the Supreme Court, and that is in contrast to the situation in 1992 when the Constitution was adopted and enacted, the request for the increase in the number of justices of the Supreme Court to 20 is not only constitutional, but also in accord with the need to ensure speedy and effective justice, avoid delays and unnecessary expense, as well as conduce to the efficient administration of the Supreme Court. What you say? Your upper can you understand? Even though constitutional can say, me go for dame, embrana say, even though there's no cap, nanke ema ya adwini nya adwuma na yenyi nipa be 10 never Chief Justice nkan no montina case no go for dame ka kire say, even though omo ye constitution no adwina na do butim say ye be hu nyansa na yem park Supreme Court no or see 1992 no na cases na was Supreme Court no na sa enti omo kire constitution no Satan no much control my no more say Ghana cases in Abekitwa. Into the reason why he is supporting Madam Tokonu's decision to pack or lift 5 unqualified judges to the Supreme Court, and then say he believes to say and the court cases in Adosun, and he as the Attorney General or supporting Madam Tokonu because I was a cases no ye did do no na yama do no ko and ninti na supporting Madam Tokonu into omo constitution no time na omo ka sa asam ne say ebe hia se ebe nya nipa 10 pe Supreme Court no nyansa nim if we say no so mo ti ase say 1992 no na cases e go Supreme Court so na sa na ende no cases no doso and ninti na supporting Madam Tokonu say yam park Supreme Court no with more judges. It's on credit Onyaya as the Attorney General of Ghana. We should move the number to 20 and over. This is the same NPP that will be going on demonstration on Monday to tell you and I say John Mahama appointed 7 judges. 7 judges they were saying will help ensure effective Supreme Court business, and that they are against the nomination by the president, all because it is not coming from the dwarf. Today, they are all over the place saying they are going on demonstration because and the president Biaba before failing ade omo pe na enya omo judges in their head, to them, those judges are not their judges. In Ghana, John Mahama is seeking for a third term, and it's not the judges 7 abba. Because I'm paying it in Ghana to 8 years. Or you judges 13 to 14. You people did not tell us he wanted a third term. This is the reason why I keep telling you, say, Sa omomudi MPPH, omomudi radio so. Some of the media men, they are hypocrites. And Makache, John Mahama, and the NDC, do what you have to do to protect our democracy. Do what you have to do. The acting CJ, do what you have to do to protect our democracy. Because the NPP as a political party, they don't care. These people are selfish. They are dangerously dangerous. They don't believe in democracy. The moment it is not them who are taking the decisions and making sure it goes in their favor, every single thing you do is against the constitution. That is how they think. But you know the reason why they are bold in doing that? After Nyoma Kemo, any Omomulidi party by Omiamono, Omunim said the roots, the base of the party, the supporters, the sympathizers are daft. They cannot read this and understand. I can tell you on authority. 99% of NPP for MPPH, when they read this, they will not understand. This is the Attorney General and the MPP, Godfredame. His opinion is supporting Madam Tokodu's decision to bring 5 more judges to add to Ekufuado's 14 judges. He has already, at the end of the day, moved to the Supreme Court. These are his reasons, but it's not done. Metro, and you see, I don't hate anybody. Anytime I have a free mind, I don't really care about what you think. I only deal with the issues. Anytime I say, "After your marking, who MPP for so much Jimmy," sad demonstration way, I don't sponsor because it goes in favor of his girlfriend Tokodu. The Chocho Mucho, the Bushieni, the night crawlers. That is why he's using the MPP to do his damage. Now, Hadier, let me go forward and show you something. Me show the reason why it's here. MPP for cultural demonstration. Nobody should even entertain the MPP in this conversation about the judiciary. Hadier, when you go into Godfredame, who was the Attorney General, in his statement, my mention part B, you will be shocked. Now, on pathway, page 16. Mami enlarging and I'm in one kind. Now, Ghana for who said, this is not personal. It is about the facts. Now, Hadier, already page 16, conclusion. Page 16, conclusion. And I was wrong. Now, my reading and I'm in good evening to Inkoto, and good evening to Free Mind. Good evening to Ransford Kebwache. Good evening to all the people who support our Silence Media, Mr. Article, Shafiq Suleiman. Good evening to every single member, every single ghosting member of my supporting team way or this platform to this point. We will exist for a very long time because we have solid team. They are doing everything possible to make sure no crane will get to you. So good evening to the team. Now, when you read the conclusion, page 16, point 2, this is what it says. Where Godfredame no asem. Given the breadth of the multiplicity of jurisdictions of the Supreme Court and the influx of cases at the Supreme Court, the request for the increase in the number of justices serving on the Supreme Court from the conventional 15, that is, in addition to the Chief Justice, to 20 is not only constitutional, but would ensure speedy and effective justice, minimize delays and unnecessary expenses, and conduce to the general efficient administration of the Supreme Court. Enti sawutie de okana or say bringing people to the Supreme Court now, it is not unconstitutional. In fact, it is constitutional. Ewombrem entiamra. Godfredame, he stated the article, he stated the clause, and he defended Madam Tokonu's action that we needed more judges in the Supreme Court. Denton and the MPP for say John Mahama bringing more judges to the Supreme Court, which is in line with the opinion, the supporting opinion of the Attorney General to Madam Tokonu's proposal. Why is it today something that is telling us to say John Mahama wants to go for a third term? Actually, with Jimmy. Page 16. The performance of the functions of the Supreme Court would, in accordance with the Constitution, require differently constituted panels of the Supreme Court sitting at the same time. Understandably, the permutations in the constitution of the panels almost simultaneously could be daunting for effective and efficient work in the face of limited number of justices at the Supreme Court, as the court is incessantly inundated with cases. It did not go for damage training. Say, Adia, Madam Tokonu Yeno, Nequano, or yes, Obabua, say cases a good Supreme Court is for, so a before Mosono, send me a bear or move it to me in your more judges at cases, so Abua Ghana. The reason why I support Madam Tokonu say, on the Crampo, who say, and you say over 20 judges at the Supreme Court. It is constitutional for the president to accept the proposal from Tokonu in 2024, but it is unconstitutional for the president to bring 7 judges to the Supreme Court that needs more judges to sit on pending cases. How can you follow such a political party? How can you sit there and tell me, say, I should engage you, I should sit here and consider you speaking for the MPP as intelligent? Now, the final part of the document, I'm sure the final part. MPP for and I say this with all the conviction. The people are diabolic. They are not supposed to come to power close for over 42 years. More the reason they make us ask the final document. Anyway, last page. This is what they wrote. Mami large na me no kind. Sana baya or driving because the Kevin Taylor. Akofa krata bi kind yenim baby e free. We offer yabo adame on a sign a document we. Now when you read the document, this is what it says. Ultimately, point 7. This is the final part of his 19-page document. Ultimately, a constitutional amendment circumscribing the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court of Ghana in the long term is necessary and stated above. Ultimately, a constitutional amendment circumscribing the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court of Ghana in the long term is necessary as noted above. So they were even looking at how to make the Supreme Court overpowerful than how it is. You see, they wanted to give all the powers, the 3 arms of government, they wanted to indirectly take all the power and give to Madam Tokonu because she was going to be a Chief Justice for a long time. And what they were planning on doing, and they say, every single thing they will push to the Supreme Court. And they were trying to open the wings of the Supreme Court to be super powerful than the judiciary, than the legislature, and also the executive. So they were going to hide under the judiciary, the Supreme Court, to do damage. So it was a process, it was a plan, it was something they were building. Now we'll read point 8, which is the final point. So therefore, unlike in Canada, TNA, therefore, unlike in Canada, the United Kingdom, Kenya, and South Africa, where the number of justices of the Supreme Court is capped, the highest number of justices of the Supreme Court of Ghana is not capped in the Constitution or in the Courts Act. Or see, Oko Canada, Oko South Africa, Oko Kenya, Omudom Constitution, your state will say, and this say judges be over some number into your capital. Say a 5 or 5, say 8 or 8, say 9 or 9, or say Ghana dear. Me go for dame, me na me attorney general, me na me ye imbranim for opinion. Unlike us, ye near constitutional and mark cap was Supreme Court. So you bet me for as much as we want. But Ferdinand was trying to tell us, say that the Supreme Court Chief Justice and the President, they can connive and put even 30 people in the Supreme Court because the Constitution does not go against it. Now we read the final part of it. Osteti, the part of the Constitution that gives them the right to add more judges to the Supreme Court when Akufo-Addo and Tokonu were in power. It is anka MPP we need 2024 elections. Anka Mahmoud Bawumia move court na 30. It is only God that saved you people. Anka Gofredame MPP we need 2024 elections. Gofredame yet the whole year at the general. Anka Madam Tokonu ye Chief Justice. They would have moved the number of judges at the Supreme Court to 30. Now we read the final part of the final page. Or say, therefore, unlike in Canada, the United Kingdom, Kenya, and South Africa, where the number of justices of the Supreme Court is capped, the highest number of justices of the Supreme Court of Ghana is not capped in the Constitution or in the Court Act 1993 Act 459. This gives discretion to the appointing authority to increase the appointment of justices to the Supreme Court subject to the demand of the needs of the justice. Or say, this gives discretion to the appointing authority. Who is the appointing authority? The President and the Chief Justice. In fact, technically, the President. Or say, in your constitution, it gives power to the appointing authority. Time ago, for Dami was on Wakacha said, who read the constitution now? The constitution, the act, which say, President who quine or what to me, the appointing authority, the Chief Justice and the President, they can put how many judges they want in the Supreme Court. This was under MPP. It is like about me winning elections now. And Gofredame will lead that war. They were going to appoint about 30 judges, all MPP affiliated judges, to the Supreme Court, and your country will be gone. They will rule democratically, but beneath it, it will be autocratic. That is why today they are barking like dogs. These are diabolic, dangerous people. And there, me really show Gofredame opinion in support of Madam Tokoni's proposal, say for 5 judges in the Supreme Court right before election 2024. So why is the MPP today telling us to say 7 judges now not omope at Tokonu and Tumianya and the Mahama de Abano? I don't know because Mahama petete within the oil. I mean, sure what did yeah. Let me show you something. You see, after your marking 2024. Because I'm paying and the original platform stock where demonstration. I'm a girlfriend. In 2024 in Parliament. Timer assembly by say. President Ekufuado. May, June, July. Or person the 5 judges. Echo Supreme Court. After your marking in Parliament. This guy is crazy. Who MPP for so much Jimmy. This is after your marking. The date next publication is 8th of May. 8th of July 2024. NDC claimed that the Supreme Court is being packed is unattainable. Or say, NDC for raise objection to Ekufuado bringing 5 judges to the Supreme Court. Or say, star issue no more reason. They should allow the President and Tokonu to move the 5 people to the Supreme Court. These are his words. Let me read it to you. I don't use it, Jimmy. This is Afino Markin, and I quote, Sia, what you say, Jimmy? Say, and I quote Afino Markin, Muntiano, also quite a demonstration. The Trihu Kaka. Monka has seen the Trihu Kaka. This is Afino Markin's Nenuma Sem in Parliament. Kasongo is a liar. This is because, and I quote, this is because the minimum number of Supreme Court judges as set out in the 1992 Constitution is evidence of the fact that the framers of the Constitution in their wisdom had anticipated that there will be a future need to increase the number of judges in our Supreme Court. This is the reason why they settled on a minimum number and not a maximum number as provided for in the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. End of quote. Kasongo nitru kurukuri nitru kasongo no afenyo marking asimo be na no parliament e kind no kwasia. Today you are leading a demonstration. Why are you leading a demonstration? Mahama Ayede I nominated 7 judges. Adanya o girlfriend you suspended no. I'm using Jimmy. Asimo kan try business for muti ase. Afenyo marking say or say constitution no Ghana Constitution where 2024 time and on per se on with the 5 judges at the Supreme Court. Akwana kaka ye ditri hono afi nyoma kena kaka gu ditri hono. Oka kire Ghana for Parliament say na say a constitution no. Actually pefe omo mchichi constitution ka kire say constitution e da way ye ni number ye betuma fa copy say ye bejai. Omo ma den omo ma ye number ye betuma fa. That means nana dan Kwaku for no tokonu omo betuma for 30. It had an NDC for complaining. Kasongo Kaka, afenyoma kina kaka good tiri ho no ojira parliament in 2024 to tell us the constitution say your Supreme Court judges you betuma for 100 other than NDC for kasa and the kasongo jimi ka kire say John Dramani Mahama the nipa 7 akọ Supreme Court in the Mahama petetem we onya bodam no obo we are young Ghanaian. You have a problem with me because I am explaining this to you. Me catch them mo amojimi na mo se mo kodi afenyoma kiri chako demonstration. Ohun mu se mo ejimi. Sees you guys say you are not intelligent. And nitina kaka good tiri ho a onam Ghana when you wiase sike nyina Nyankopon pe bone kaka ne ntumi nko. If you say afenyoma kinim se Ghana for MPP for ejimi. Your base they are not smart. Intende or not to be Gina TV so no a press conference. No,
it's not about our party major attempt at all that they have rehearsed. A third term agenda. All that the NDC is doing, all that the list, it is obvious that the bold attempt by Mr. President to nominate out of the blue 7 judges to the Supreme Court is a first major attempt at all that they have rehearsed, a third term agenda. All that the NDC is doing, all that our president is doing through the advice of the hawks of NDC is to set a third term agenda for his leadership.
This is their first time in parliament. Okay, so I'm sure parliamentary standing orders. I'm your first time parliamentarians. I feel about parliament. They cannot even tell you. Because I'm paying now. Wage for MP Nanantano. Or could not parliament. He does not even know how to speak in parliament. Now these are the people, and then the MPP now is relying on to come to power. After your marking, ever seen there? ECG containers he has not been able to have a press conference to tell us as the board chair he knew nothing about it. These are filthy, despicable, these are heartless diseases. These are people we as a country are not supposed to even entertain. These are his words. These are the words he used in parliament. But you see, so we use strong words. Yes, Kevin Muadie. But what Afenyomakin is doing today is the highest form of disrespect to every Ghanaian. Because Ombuya intelligence, the referee who say or can be on the party take his stand be aden and there or say a kai into on tribunal because MP before do Jimmy or just say Ghana for you Jimmy or just say Ghana for your short memories. Because of technology, we can technology, technology.
Hey. Technology. I shouldn't have technology. I shouldn't have technology. Hey. Technology. I shouldn't have technology. I shouldn't have technology.
We are here. We are showing all these things because of technology. Personal, anka unim, anka unhu, anka mabetina TV so aka kwasi asem. On say ende because of technology. Technology. Yetimi ko echi ni akofa nkofo kwasi asem abekire wo. Technology. Don't underestimate technology because technology in India and the Ghana yetumi tuma NDC because of nokure. Technology na de nokure breye. Onyankopon eshira so ene etubi tu nkwasiafo we akenye technology a ankenye mbre ka obeti o Peace FM so Peace 104.3 eye NPP eye omo penyina odi onim o parliament eye afenyoma ken kaka kasongo wakasa na me se eye kire bi omo beye na de esi de ye ti bi da ye te ho asem da ye ntwere ho krata mpo da ye se ene John Dramani Mahama, president, and this was president. We lawyers and our judges, and so Polly, Bako, Emienu, Miansa, and Nayanum, and Sianson, so Omunina, and Court Supreme Court. Now, as some way, Yantibida, and African American, and MPP for Etowum Tuo, so I deal with the Omoto into Sukokosia, the party, no, and a Ghana for and you know what not dear John Mahama, Omunia, and you say, Ebin Sida, Yankan Wasama, two on my way, I say on my way, Kabino, and the Ghana for you, and can quite the same way, and no better piece of him. Na Jimmy Phobia who feel it to Kesbe. Na a Jimmy Phobia Yakan so no mugum. Etim. Yeah, my memo on my bread. Omako Kejetia, Omako Santase Market, Omako Ede, Makola, Oma bread, wa pretrotro, wa snakam, 45 minutes, wakata and no download. Kwasia Samsa, 1 hour 45 minutes. Yama Mibedru Filuka Bibia on tea. Technology, and the member or head on phone so say, Kevin, ye nyawa. Abote, ye jim.
Yo, we are best fishermen, solo photo, one for mine. Abote. You will for Belgium, it was a Belgium, it was two Belgium, why you're why round what? Why you're to put a wild round what? It was before Belgium, it was two Belgium, why you're wild round what? 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 Every papa no, what one is the motto? 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 Wild round what? Why you're wild round what?
We of Linsort, who are also members of the Ghana Bar Association, wish to state emphatically that we are appalled by the association's tradition of double standards, posturing, and bias against NDC regimes. In the past 8 years of Nana Akufo-Addo's MPP regime, the regime's thugs had invaded the courtroom in Kumasi and frightened the pregnant judge who was shepherded out of the courtroom. The chairperson of the Electoral Commission was removed. An Auditor General was unconstitutionally removed from office. Public demonstrations were stifled by judicial processes and high-handedness of security agencies. 4 major traditional areas were denied of representation in Parliament for a full term. NPP thugs in security uniforms had attacked citizens and slapped a member of Parliament. Judges were transferred in the middle of cases they were presiding over. Accused persons were denied bail for donkey years. Supreme Court panels were changed in the middle of hearings. Some members of the Bar Association were harassed by the General Legal Counsel, and many more infringements of the Constitution. In all of this, the Ghana Bar Association was in deep slumber, or was purposefully blind. It is shameful that the Bar Association has now only found its voice again when another NDC government is in place. If the Ghana Bar Association is interested in knowing exactly how many of its members feel, then we wish to inform the leadership of the association that many of us, members who are not affiliated to the MPP, feel strongly that the association has allowed itself to be used as a tool by MPP for a very long time to harass NDC regimes and activists. Gone were the days when there were only a few lawyers, and most of them were MPP activists and executives. Today, we are many and of different political backgrounds, and we are tired of the association's partisanship tendencies. If the Bar Association desires to keep us united, then it is important for its leadership to shed itself off the MPP collaboration and turn a new leaf and be there for all of us. If all lawyers of Ghana must remain united and have confidence in the Bar Association, the association must make a U-turn from its age-old trajectory of being a tool for the MPP. We wish to remind the Ghana Bar Association that it is only an association of voluntary members of the bar, and these decisions are binding only on its members, but do not bind non-members, and certainly not the President of the Republic of Ghana. The Ghana Bar Association must therefore not attempt to stampede President Mahama, who is performing his constitutional duties very admirably. It is instructive to note that the President is strictly complying with the provisions of Article 146 and also guided by the same process the former President Nana Akufo-Addo used in the removal of the former chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Madam Charlotte Osei, in the year 2018. The Ghana Bar Association, in their resolution, has not demonstrated any evidence of procedural impropriety, bias, arbitrariness, or unfairness in the suspension of the Chief Justice to warrant its call on the President to revoke the suspension. We therefore wish to restate that we find the Association's resolution ignominiously procured, and we call on the President of the Republic to ignore the said resolution as one of the many small noises of the NPP and its Ghana Bar Association affiliate. The law is the law, and the Ghana Bar Association must not prescribe anything else other than the law. It must rather adhere to its statement issued on April 24, 2025, which had urged all the players in the process to continue to uphold the Constitution of Ghana.
I've said we need more lawyers to break out or break away from the Ghana Bar Association. This is a group of lawyers, or these are groups of lawyers. I imagine it's the Ghana Bar Association. Now we need more law associations. We need more lawyers forming associations. To me, I can't Ghana law hunsem, judiciary hunsem. The Ghana Bar Association monopoly no more enjoying. We need to cut it down. And such associations, we encourage that lawyers to be bold enough to form associations. You can still be part of the Ghana Bar Association, pay your dues. You can choose not to be part of the Ghana Bar Association and still pay your dues through a Ghana Bar Association to the General Legal Council. The Ghana Bar Association is basically a transit point for your dues. When lawyers pay their dues, it goes through the Ghana Bar Association straight to the General Legal Council. So they are not any extraordinary association here. So we need more lawyers because the law is the law. We need more lawyers coming up, forming associations, forming groups, having their opinions heard. Because some group of people in Ghana are a Ghana Bar Association to say another arm of government. And majority of the young people in Ghana, they encourage say Ghana Bar Association, our power chain, the Supreme Court. Some people think the Ghana Bar Association, our power chain, High Court. The Ghana Bar Association, at the same call Momoni Women's Association, almost status in higher pay. Yeah, the Banchi Women Association of Kantamanto, Omni Ghana Bar Association, who call the registry department, the same way they register. It is not extraordinary, a regular association. A Maku Ayatano Anglican, sorry them, I will register as an NGO, as an organization, as an association, and the Ghana Bar Association, a pay. But some people want to make Ghana Bar Association to stay another arm of government. They monopolize the system. They force their way in there. They do politics and they want to destroy Ghana. So Ghana Bar Association, or some lawyers are confident enough to form their own associations. The last time I suggested, we need a law association in every region. We need one strong one. We need 16 law associations in Ghana or bar associations in Ghana. We will get opinions from every part of this nation. Ghana lawyers in Accra no more. So Ghana Law School now we are, and by force also Accra. There are lawyers in the eastern region, there are lawyers in the northern region, there are lawyers in Brockhaven region. All these lawyers have the right to form an association and share their opinion when issues like these come up. Until we need every region, the lawyers should start coming together to form associations that will be recognized, that their opinions will also be recognized. Look at the Ghana Bar Association, its composition from the time I say. The Ghana Bar Association, MP before. And there is an agenda. There is an agenda. And the agenda was that they wanted to use Ghana Bar Association from the past to undermine even Kwame Nkrumah or what a very good intentions about Ghana Bar Association. The people who joined the Ghana Bar Association, the idea was to undermine Kwame Nkrumah. In the majority of the sycophants, the white butt lickers, those people who were traitors like JB Dankwamono, they were quick to enter the Ghana Bar Association because they wanted to use the bar as a form of a group to intimidate and suppress the Kwame Nkrumah government. And the history of Ghana Bar Association. Now the past leadership of Ghana Bar Association. From 1962 to 1966. Look at the people who led the Ghana Bar Association. Let me enlarge it. Kevin Taylor document also. Look at 1962 to 1966. Check it from 1957 to 1959. Robert Samobley. Over 1959 to 1960. Castley Hayford. JB Dankwa 1962. So maybe I'm starting here. 1962 no and they started politicizing the Ghana Bar Association, creating an impression say so check it from the pastor. The NPP, they have always infiltrated the association and created colonies of political groups, and they have always used that to destroy this country. And that is why we young people like us today are saying we need to make sure every single region has a bar association. Because the Ghana Bar Association cannot be monopolize opinions from lawyers and also independent-minded judicial members. Now, over 1962, JB Dankwa. So, and in time of 1992, Constitution of Ghana. JB Dankwa infiltrate ya obuka bibitu omo no mo hobitrim. In 1992, you better 1992 no. Na Ghana Bar Association abeda ni MPP wing. And they said they did not want to be part of the 1992 Constitution because the JB Dankwa Dems who came as leaders of Ghana Bar Association before, they had always on every time instilled some idea into the people coming in, and they say the Ghana Bar Association can never be affiliated to anything in Nkrumah, JJ Rawlings, or anything against the Dankwa Buzia Dombo foolishness. So these people, they have been doing this for years. Now from 1962, over 1963 to 65, Victor Usu into Stadia, from JB Dankwa to Victor Usu, over 1966 to 1967, William Oforiatta. Now, after you are getting the idea, after one will be a cool free. NLF womb, UGCC womb, and a Edian Oforiatta womb, and an MPP. So now you understand where the Ghana Bar Association is coming from. And Richard Kufuor to be the president, the Ghana Bar Association became like the property. That is why when Kufuor became president from 2017 to 2024, the Ghana Bar Association was like his office. They gave him, because in their head they feel say one of their founding fathers, this is something you need to understand. The ideology behind the Ghana Bar Association, it was created by JB Dankwa, Oforiatta, Victor Usumo. They actually put some mentality on the idea to her. And the Ghana Bar Association became so vocal, so political. 2017 coming, because before 2017, hardly did you hear about Ghana Bar Association. Even though they were doing politics behind the scenes, 2017 they became more political because one of their leaders now also with the teachings how to go against Kwame Nkrumah, how to go against the development of Ghana, how to go against building a constitution as a nation. One of them, Omunana Noma Ba. So now it became a Busia Bar Association. And do check it from 1962 all the way to 1963. JB Dankwa led the Ghana Bar Association. 1963 to 1965, Edodoma Victor Wusu. Victor Wusu Sufro, Edodoma William Muforiata. So you saw what they did. You saw what they did. So they started building that. Into Wunim Ghana politics, Obama, Obi Akacha said, oh, MPP me danger, eh? Ochaki Ekufuado. JB Dankwa Ekufuado. Victor Wusu, Aslo Wusu, William Oforiata, Ken Oforiata. Aslo Wusu to be to that team, so catch say, yeah, GM mine. Wanty. Because none the papa on a lady NLA. They are the people who wanted to kill Nkrumah. These the blood runs through. A murderer is always a murderer. Somebody who is crazy is always a crazy man. And the blood has to run through till now. And do check it from 2017, the Ghana Bar Association became more political because the people who started the ideology, the indoctrination, the anti-Ghana people, the CIA agents, those people, Ghana Bar Association, Aslamu took over, Ekufuado took over. At the point, Ekufuado Ghana Bar Association, and I saw more Godfather Ba, the founding members now, indoctrinate those people who came after them. No, the ideology, idea nakasa nabano. Now, come down all the way to 1995. Thank you very much, team. Over 1967, Joe Appiah. 1970, Joe Randolph. Edward Natalie Moore. 1971, J.B. Kwashi. 1972. Now, Oba now bedrew 1985, 1986, 1992. 1992. No Oba bedrew 1995. Mr. S, where is the video? 1995. And one show. Sam Okujato. You know Sam Okujato? Sam Okujato na Andre we bought the video chair and all catch up say the Ghana Bar Association abstained from the constitution when it was being drafted. Okay, Sam Okujato, Mr. S, get me that video now. Now I'm bunch trouble. That Sam Okujato ofreku fuad mumu nebe pio. That Sam Okujato, he was expecting JJ Rawlings to give him a position. Rawlings said he was a traitor. He didn't do it. That Sam Okujato made his way to become the leader of the Ghana Bar Association in 1995. When from in 1995, in 1992 to 1995, Sam Okujato was there. 95 he took over. They fought against the framing or the writing of the 1992 Constitution. He was interviewed and he told us, they stayed away from it because they felt it will make Rawlings too powerful. They said they are all lawyers. They are all politicians. Mr. S, where is the video? I played it the last time. The same Sam Okujato or confirm me. We have all been saying, because that is what they do. I'm not sure who Sam Okujato is. 1995, they were the people who rose up and fought JJ Rawlings. This is the same man whose son raped the maid or raped the Papa wait in the body for Canada. This is Sam Okujato. He in 1995. They rose up against JJ Rawlings. They rose up against the Constitution. He was the president of the Ghana Bar Association. They boycotted the writing of the Constitution. They said, one, it will make Rawlings too powerful, and two, ordinary people were being consulted. They said, why did they have to go consult Masons? Why I said also consulting hairdressers? And then also consulting market women. They saw those people as beneath them. They are not supposed to be given the opportunity. They are not supposed to share their opinion on the Constitution. So that is the way, under their leadership, they boycotted the 1992 Constitution. This is Sam Okujato. My member video in show. Then you understand where I'm coming from.
You have recently urged President Nana Akufo-Addo to revisit the recommendations made by the Constitution Review Commission. What is in the report that calls for the urgent attention?
Well, you know, the 1992 Constitution, the Constituent Assembly was boycotted by the Bar Association because they brought hairdressers and all manner of groups which we know next to nothing about constitution or constitutionalism or constitution making to clog the Constituent Assembly. On hindsight, I have regretted that the bar boycotted it. They should still have been there to influence it. But you will see.
You have recently urged President Nana Akufo-Addo to revisit the recommendations made by the Constitution Review Commission. What is in the report that calls for the urgent attention?
Well, you know, the 1992 Constitution, the Constituent Assembly was boycotted by the Bar Association because they brought hairdressers and all manner of groups which we know next to nothing about constitution or constitutionalism or constitution making to clog the Constituent Assembly. On hindsight, I have regretted that the bar boycotted it. They should still have been there.
Say 1992 Constitution I come for Jom for ma nurse for a tailors, mason for driver for rollers akotisa ordinary Ghanaians abego omo hu fi no abego and nti no mo boycott here because omo the lawyers. Now you get it. And it's and the MPP ehum mu bi se mo jimi. They still see themselves to say omo ni nyansa chemo. And it's afenyoma kentumi gina and the gina stage to say okoye demonstration. Abra, a few months ago, he was in favor of the Chief Justice bringing 5 judges to the Supreme Court. With the excuse to say they wanted the court to work effectively. There was too much backlog and that it would be effective. After 6-7 months, I said, no. I don't know, John Mahama didn't pay ever Supreme Court. Now, John Mahama petted them. Wait, Uncle Owo Irana and Kedi asked the good near Bulcom. On Kano Crack, Moses Abrena and Kanyako Papa from Akesi Kunatu actually. These are the people you are following. The NPP as a political party, their biggest strength is that they know their followers are foolish. They know. The NPP as a political party, our biggest strength, and they said they know their followers are dumb. And now, social media, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, now we see NPP for conversation. They cannot really reason. They don't understand why things should be done not their way. They don't get it. Other than their way, and it is in your cry. We all have to toe the line. That is the NPP, typical NPP thinking. How do you build a nation with such people? They don't understand to say enya me kwine. They don't understand to say oh yeah na enye na o say ye. They don't understand to say o person will review free SHS. They don't understand. Adentina will review. At the end so nye. Odimisa ne buy school at the banner bre. Odimisa nkora di aduane enye. But oya MPP din kwa de. Until say why do you want to change what is bad? So they are so dumb. They are so stupid. They are so ignorant. They are not able to open themselves up to understand that there are other opinions. That is the problem with this party. Into Omamudi party, they know the party's biggest strength, and they say their base are foolish. They don't go to school. They are the foolish masses. They don't read. And it's not African is playing them. And it's not Monday. Obesa come we go riase or come we go riem. Now we Jimmy almost for about 2, 3, 4 hours. Or we are not going to condition. And I don't know if a car or the tented, not the court, Madam Tokobo, or who's on Jimmy. He's going to use them. And Nuntina obey you Sumuno. He knows what he's doing. Now, my picture I give you. There's more to talk about. Now, one story way, a very important story. And Yaka. And it's got to do with this. Attorney General Bear press conference and Attorney General spoke about a year. He spoke about a year Edubuahin on any yere crom for. I didn't want to say this, but let me say it. I will say Edubuahin when I'm mobo. The reason why I tell when I'm mobo is say the person Edubuahin busa na yere asemi. Matia sena yere. I want Edubuahin wherever you are tonight watching me. So when you're bello, I want you to ask your wife this question, unless you know. And from what I know, you know. It looks like say you know what is happening, but it is normal between you and your wife. Busa yere say actor Ben David Mensah. David Mensah, that actor, he shares your matrimonial home with you. You know. Busa Oyere say, actor Bena, Utu Kwanya, or better one person, your friend David Mensah. I'm not going to mince names. May body natural. Do you know what is going on? Busa Oyere way, Metia Sena Yere say, or court. Hey, madam, okay, we are the any actual. Me say, Edubuahin busa Oyere way. Me busa gate man for no. Do you know a number of properties are about we atama David Mensah? Me say actor your friend David Mensah. Do you know the properties are sa about we atama sa David Mensah? The actor is called David Mensah. This woman has been sleeping with this guy. They live like husband and wife. This guy comes to sleep in your house. It will have 2 weeks when you are out of town. Your gateman, Airport Hills. Bet my about the date the last time he spent days in your home. Also, you didn't say they are court. Well, you know, we wouldn't chrono our ball. What no, you didn't chrono our ball. My friends, keep quiet and go to jail quietly. Mr. Busa Oyere say when you David Mensah. Be go aware na answer na mako jail. You deny na make sure wadibi on live TV for everybody to see. What's the day? Former Signal Bureau Director Kobena Edubuahin, his wife and 2 others have pleaded not guilty to a total of 11 charges brought against them. Papa Wenenere, Oma Komitira Boom and Movia Ghana, and the Attorney General of Ghana are charged with 11 charges. Almost still, Chrono. It's normal. You have the right to use your lawyer. Your lawyer has to be paid. Lawyer who said, with Jimmy, who is Kaguo, in Tobacco say you have a case, which is normal everywhere in the world. These 2 people from the Attorney General or the Attorney General are 2 criminals. Abansika, uti Attorney General, the person and a hunting. Say nipa to be an account, sir, it is a bank account. Na sika you bet to a bank account, na a bank account. And this person today can still stand before you and I and tell us, say, I am not guilty, all because in the name of democracy. All in the name of democracy. Now, Ochake a year statement, Attorney General Emeki Ya. Based on evidence, we have charged Mr. Edubuahin with 3 counts of stealing, defrauding by false pretense, willfully causing financial loss to the state, and using public office for profit and money laundering. For profit and money laundering. And that money laundering, Neireno, is the key person who lead this idea. Attorney General said, "Why you Juma? All my investigations, omunya a whole docket, all my file case or court. Akwawe, we via abansika, ne need the whole willfully, ne need the whole or create account, and o nim sesa account where we create abansika and o libetum na we via a diabon obra. And na wasafa kuti kwaso, afasika atamsika pudio, edi free Ghana kukurufu from so, send ye beya yehu. This guy called Edubuahin. That is what he has been charged with. The Attorney General is telling us, say, he is ready to go to court is ready to prosecute. And they be understand can be check Ghana for. Because of Madam Tokunu or Supreme Court, no, the red light was for the NPP and the green light was for the rest of Ghana. Mr. Madam Tokunu, time I know you Chief Justice, no. Red lights and there was Supreme Court, it was for NPP. Any day the NPP gets to the Supreme Court, it's red lights. Be bien wa obey on the court because the Supreme Court be untumi and run it through. Assembly out of quite NPP be a be jina. It no, the NPP to her was red light at the Supreme Court. So we'll file a case against the NPP, NPP officer, NPP director, who do Supreme Court, Madam Tokunu because a red light. A MPP Kwadia, sa case no N29. Under Madam Tokunu, Ghana and anybody who is not affiliated to the MPP, Udru Court wa Supreme Court a green light. You will do case in less than 24 hours. Why should our judiciary, our apex court, be like that under one woman? Why should it be like that? Today, under the leadership of Acting Chief Justice Mr. Bafuboni, the Supreme Court is green, but people are scared to go. Under the leadership of Bafuboni, the Supreme Court of Ghana is green. When your case goes today, they are going to work on it. Why are people scared to go to the Supreme Court? Because they are not going to get that favor they used to get. Under the leadership of Mr. Boni, the two lights are all green. People are scared to go and file cases against the president's action. People are making noise on the sidelines whilst they know that they can go to court. Why is it said Nenchie Boho, but still more yakokon, most of the demonstration? Nenchie Boho, Adena more yakokon. Because when you say Nenchie Boho no enyamohunam. And then Nenchie Boho, what's the Woberi Yakokon? MPP. Go to court, MPP. MPP that goes to court on everything. The MPP that were telling every single person in Ghana to go to court. Today, the MPP say they are not going to go to court and that they are going to walk on the street like madmen and women. Nenchi no bohai. Nenchi bodei no boha. I want kwasia for what's ope akokon kon. Mo jimi amujimi o Ghana. Nenchi na boho no. Mo se mo pa akokon. Mo nkori akokon. The Attorney General has made some statements. I say Attorney General's estimate that up to 62 million was siphoned from the Ghana Water Company Limited into private accounts of ex-National Signal Bureau boss Kwabena Edu Boahen under the guise of an NSB internet provision contract. I want you to go and do some checks for me. Attorney General say Sika Pole 62 million Ghana and Edu Boahen way or create accounts through a Ghana Water Company or to be Ghana Sika through a Ghana Water Company in collaboration with NSB. Area Ghana Sika 62 million. Why you missing Ghana saying? Why you me? Oh Gagatwa o Jindi. Oforiata kwasi ampenyi election 2020. $10 billion transiting from Ghana Commercial Bank to the Bank of Ghana. It went to unknown source. Why you me in 9 more MPP for more Jimmy. In the Attorney General, I person busa question me. Attorney General, no, what can it be about Ghana Water Company? Person busa o. Afenyama kena or the Ghana Water Company board so na. Ansana ye move in a road fund. Ansana oba ECG. I want you guys to check for me. I want to ask. I'm just checking. I'm not sure about that. Mr. P, Mr. S. The last time it came up in the meeting, but we forgot to deal with it. I think you guys didn't really do the research on it. I think he used to be the board chair of Ghana Water Company. And then he was moved to the road fund. And then I think later he was moved to ECG where he went to steal the containers. I'm asking. I am not sure about that. Afenyomakin, Onunana board chair of Ghana Water Company. Which year was he the board chair? I want to know. There's something because Afenyomakin, we know him. Board we to be a Bokrono. He's a master in stealing. ECG per the investigation report on Afenyo Markin. We know the containers he stole all. Or then call for the check containers the year. That's one. I want to ask Mr. P, Mr. S. Yes, my team they have confirmed. Afenyo Markin was the board chair of Ghana Water Company Limited. So this crime, Afenyo Markin knows about it. Sakwana kaka ye ditiri hono. Sakwana kaka ure gu ditiri hono. Or you greedy for money. Afenyo Markin in 2022 was the board chair of Ghana Water Company. 62 million. Afenyo Markin is a jailbird. So you see where the whole baby a chrono course to be Afenyo Markin was there. Kasongo 99 was there. Sa akwana kakawure ura yediti uno. Sa Afenyo Markin 62 million every Ghana Water Company through NSB edubo anya access na Afenyo Markin na oho. Don't get it twisted. The same Afenyo Markin Ghana Electricity Company of Ghana board non netisu. You know what happened there? We are containers in it is Afenyo Markin. And the Akwa was a demonstration. Afenyo Markin is to rot in jail. And I'm on our phone, and I'm saying, "Why tan?" He's a criminal horse. And I'm studying why tan. Suspending a girlfriend and the contractor. Bonnie Odini ECG so yaction. Also, I tantan it rough. Afenyo Markin on yin jam you. It man can say me deep in that term. Afenyo Markin is not older than me. Yeah. Afenyo Markin is not older than me. Me when I fair, I can really good it home. Afenyo Markin was the board chair of a year Ghana Water Company Limited, and the man a year edubu he we are 62 million Ghana free on the Afenyo Markin. Afenyo Markin knows something about this, and somebody will speak. Now, an issue came up during the Attorney General's press conference, and what did he say? Attorney General said, the investigation in the National Service Ghost Names scandal has also progressed well, and we will be filing charges against some of the persons involved from the first week of May. Attorney General said, give to a worry, and in an abimo, and a Kingsley Ajimana, or the NSS Fosika Echo Via seat, Ewi Wakwa. Achimfoni bi de obun pejuma de bia lawyers politics no mo wieska achimfoni bi sa no mote Kingsley Ajima ewi no a oba national service ebe head national service ewi sika ekrobia na gosi body trimutuo sa kwase ne tumi wie sika sa de ko krom ema ochehene suppressing conforma ye tata atachia e de sa kromfo wi aba parliament Kingsley Ajima and National Service Secretariat for investigations, Attorney General said, some investigations, next week, by the first week, May, they are going to go to court to start prosecuting. Give to a worry, Maka, the story of Ghana. Why not going to say, Obefre President Mahama, Obefre anybody in government to plead on behalf of Give to a worry. Wakonya Ninkum. While we are penny Ewa Ghana, Obefre John Mahama. Overfare anybody in government to plead for gift or worry. Nana B, anybody involved in the National Service Secretariat scandal. Akonya na what is in soto na grade ja in down suitrim. Now, Attorney General Soka Assembly or say, in respect of the SkyTrain matter, we have completed investigations and we will be filing charges hopefully next week. SkyTrain, Professor Ekumfi, Ajiman Ekumfi, and then Nenkofwa, Omni SkyTrain, Edi Ghana Fusika. Attorney General said they are going to file a case in court. These are all criminal cases. And the Supreme Court agreed. And remember, the Supreme Court is just for interpretation. The lower courts, the high courts, criminal matters no. Now they are called the appeals court. Supreme Court they interpret the law. It's nobody is going to the Supreme Court. John Dramani Mahama Kaso be tribunals to deal with very, very important matters. Quick. Because time no day for Supreme Court interpretation. And right now, we need to move more judges to the Supreme Court. If anybody goes to the appeals court and say they are going to the Supreme Court, within 24 hours, the Supreme Court can look at that and give judgment for us to know the fate of that person. Until the Supreme Court should be on standby. The new acting Chief Justice should make sure enough justice have clean sheets, nothing on their table with fork and knife waiting. I was said the Chief Justice, Mr. Bafuboni, should wait, give everybody fork and knife, put an empty plate in front of the judges. They should wait. If anybody goes to the High Court, goes to the Appeals Court, and they try to come to the Supreme Court for any interpretation, within 24 hours, Supreme Court should be able to move it out for Ghanaians to get to the bottom of every matter. The Supreme Court is for interpretation. The High Court is there to deal with criminal issues. There's more to come. Part 1 and 2. Time no day. Time ankasa ebini ho. And things have to be done quickly. So the acting Chief Justice, please, remember Supreme Court judges do too much work. Always keep standby. 7, 8, sitting. 7, 5. They be our train. Yadiba ya panyain. No man ya pay delay biya. Because the strategy of these people, they say, when they take them to the High Court and they are found guilty, they will say they need to go for appeal. From there, they will say they need interpretation of the appeals court. The Supreme Court should wait and make sure things come there quick. They deal with it. Fast. Now, Attorney General Soka said, there was one particular issue. Say we are also going to deal with it. Apart from the sky train, there's one particular issue. There was one issue. National Service in Denaba. There was one particular case. Oka said they are also looking into it to make sure say in Minimiano they will deal with that case. Mr. S, Mr. P, do you remember? Okay. So after Jomakin left the Ghana Water Company as the board chair, he left there in 2018. He still have some influence in there. After Jomakin there, or a comfort into we know. Right. So there's this story where people want to make a meal out of National Cathedral. The Attorney General spoke on the National Cathedral. Say National Cathedral. So, getting the right documents together. Thank you very much. Who was it? Bakete. The Attorney General spoke on the National Cathedral issue. Also, National Cathedral. So, prosecutions will start this month. Inti May your prosecutions be ever started. Inti National Cathedral rechi Attorney General said they have been able to gather enough evidence to go to court to start prosecution. International Cathedral so prosecution ever started. Now, this story, people are trying to make it look like say John Mahama said read his lips like Kennedy Japan, or say read my lips. ECG will not be privatized. Or say Ghana for ordinary president or catch them as president or kanokre and your bakuna utratro and the bodam for bakon. Or say so be catch them will say ECG. Yeah, about privatizing and I say yeah the a year private company or say who or no John Mahama or say ECG yeah privatizing or be making sure say ECG be say Jinan and Aso. This is a president who speaks in clear language. He speaks like a human being. This is a president who speaks like Nansenia Odiwuso. Osishanano or Ka Esimupi. ECG yen from a private company bia Ghana and a bechichiri ECG send ya otumiye car power de baye ebe solve dum so Ameri baye ebe solve dum so and the yatam America kwesi Kumasi a ema otu fo nko akane ano or send ya or see planter and there ye see another plan to help our energy sector no or see the same strategy no or the best save a ECG into end or share Ghana for but say obiti table be so at radio be so air catcher said John Mahama beton ECG or see who or buy for Ghana. He's here to protect Ghana, protect our asset. He did not come like a Kufuado, Bawumia, Kennedy Japan and the rest to steal from you. It's or say or Kansimudia John Dramani Mahama or known as the president and the NDC government Omonfa ECG Emma private company. They are going to make sure Ghana builds ECG. This guy speaks in clean, clear language. Achichidiana and Kasemwe or the 20 minutes in the back into on kind of credential. Follow Ghanaians. The ECG, as you see there, has been there for 45 years. Myself and my people at the NPP, we want to collaborate and make sure the infiltration of the insurgents who have, as we know, the naysayers who don't understand review and read the cancellation puppets. Asema obeka ne simple ma yati ase no na Jack Toronto the regime na pempe mu shen. Oh, we still be our time broad accent. Hands na yet to wash it a yet toy president a ye Kufuado. Ye we still 8 years on this toy. But this guy speaks in clear language. He speaks in clear language. We all understand what John Mahama said. Into nobody can twist the words of John Mahama. And now they keep talking about galamsey, and the mehu can ashibe onye jumebia. And they say labor union for Mr. President. Galamsey right now is getting out of hand. What are your suggestions? John Dramani Mahama has made it clear. He says, as far as Galamsey fight is concerned, I say aluta continua ontiasia kokot. Or say as far as Galamsey issue is concerned and he being the president, he would never say he's not going to fight Galamsey. He's never going to complain. He's never going to say somebody caused it. So he's not going to look at it. He's not going to mince words. He says aluta continua. Whatever we are doing today to fight Galamsey, we will keep doing it. If you think you have other suggestions that can stop Galamsey in 4 months or 5 months, write to Parliament, go explain, and let us use your ideas to fight Galamsey in 5 months. It's the labor union. If John Mahama says what is happening, aluta continua, we still follow the principles and fight it the way we are fighting it. And you people in Ghana knowing what is happening and still say it is getting worse, then please, if you think you have a solution to solve the Galamsey menace and the Kufuado, where you people were quiet like ducks, you people became women, your dicks started becoming pens, you can write to Parliament and give them a reason and solution how Galamsey can be solved in 5 months. John Mahama is a listening president. The government is a listening government. If you think you have solutions to Galamsey in 5 months, no problem. Write it, present it, the government will use it. But if you don't have solutions for Galamsey in 5 months, in 1 year, then shut up and let the aluta continue. For God and for country, we will be here. We will speak truth to power. We will protect what has to be protected. We will defend what has to be defended. We are all messengers who are ready and willing to speak truth to power. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless you, God bless me, God bless every single person. God bless the United States of America, and God bless Ghana. Cheers, good night. We will meet tomorrow to discuss Ghana. Gigim, abuache.
Yo, we are best fishermen. No, abuache. You will for Belgium, it will be a Belgium, it will do a Belgium, why you're here, why round, why